Makadara. Was it Makadara?
Yes.
In Makadara law courts. And previously, we had a shooting in Kiambu where we lost, this actually was my relative, the son of my cousin, Antony Jomo, who was shot down in Kiambu when he was in entertainment place. Before then, a member of parliament from Gatondo South opened fire to a crowd, and one person died and another one still have a bullet launched in his body. Now, if you look, and there before I remember I lost also a friend in Kiambu who was called Mukundi, who shot his wife, then he took his own life. We've had many incidents where guns have been misused. In the Makadara case, the gentleman was a policeman. Mm-hmm. He was legally having that gun. He was a trained cop, and he knows how to use the gun. But in all these incidents, I see one thing common. Are these people in the right state of mind to be carrying such fatal weapons? And to me, what I would say is we need to look at our regulations and see how guns are issued. I remember, I think 2 or 3 years ago, the government decided to vet all the gun owners. Mm-hmm. But I think the key thing in the vetting process was to find out who has what. How many guns do you have? Are they licensed?
It was
do we have in the
count?
Yeah?
It was just a simple count.
It was just like data collection. And also, I think each gun has its own way of identification. So they wanted to have those, like the way you can go and take your biometrics. Mm-hmm. So they wanted to take the identifications for each gun to make their work easier when there's an incident. I think one thing they missed is to check who are these gun holders. Because whenever you're getting a gun license, there's a requirement that you go for mental checkup. You go to, like when you're in Nairobi, you go to Mathare Hospital, and the doctors there check whether you are mentally fit to have a gun. But now, you may be mentally fit today, or you may go there during your lucid, you have problems, but you go for the test during the lucid period, you are okay. 3, 4, or 1 year later, you're not the same. So to me, I would recommend that gun holders should renew their licenses on an annual basis. And whenever they are renewing their licenses, they should do a mental checkup. Okay. And the other thing is when they are doing the mental checkup, our doctors should be more serious than the way they normally are. Mm-hmm. Because, when it was a requirement that now you go for mental checkup, that became an avenue for making money for some doctors. They don't go into details of finding out whether you are mentally fit to have the gun. You just have to go fill some forms, pay some amount, and that's that. Okay. We need thorough checkup to ensure that our gun holders are actually in a mental state where they are able to make right decisions about the use of their guns. Okay. Because we don't want to find ourselves in a situation like it is in America, where guns are in hands of everybody. Anybody just who can afford can get a gun. And that's why we have so many incidents of even people going out there and opening fire to schools, public institutions, and it has caused them a lot of trouble.
But now, Mwadhi, for a long time in Kenya, when we were discussing guns, it was usually illegally acquired firearms and used for criminal activity. But now